Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday Facebook Live here at Artistic Artifacts. My name is Andy, and welcome to our Facebook Live. Happy holidays. Can you believe that it's December 14th? But it's the best time to be a sewist because you get to create all sorts of fun gifts for the holidays. Please, as you're joining in, please put tell us where you're from in the chat. We'd love to see how far the community has grown. And please, if you've got any questions while we're talking today, put them in the chat. We've got some folks that are moderating, and we'll make sure that we address those questions. Today we're going to be talking about my 10 favorite sewing tools, tools that I use all the time in my when I'm creating projects. And so I'm excited to share those tips with you. We've got some announcements to start. First off, this is the last week to make a donation and have a chance to win one of the stockings that the Artistic Artifacts staff created. So all the proceeds of our the donations go to the Food for Others and World Central Kitchen. We are trying to do our part to help the situation with food insecurity in the world. So go out to the website. There's over $100 worth of notions in each of the stockings, and then you will also win a gift certificate if you are selected to receive one of the stockings. And next week on the Facebook Live, they're going to be drawing live for the stockings. So definitely be sure to tune in next week to see the stocking draw. We have this in December. There are 5 weekends, so we're doing and we've got the solstice watch, and as part of that, this week we have our stamps and ink pads are 25% off. This includes the stamp pads or the stamps from Gwen LaFleur and from Seth Apter, two of our favorite mixed media creators. So definitely check those out. We've got some vibrant new Australian fabrics. So here's a curated bundle. If you are interested in trying out some new fabrics, new patterns, and with some different colors and creations, as you're looking at what you're going to be sewing in 2025, these are a great opportunity. We've got them in yards, half yards, and fat quarter bundles. So lots of great new Australian fabrics. We've got the new Tim Holtz. This is part of his Eclectic Elements palette program, and this is the red. So again, we've got a curated bundle here. And so as you're thinking about what you're going to start, if you've got any Valentine's Day projects or any springtime, this is a great bundle to take advantage of. BERNINA has for December, BERNINA has 25% off feet and accessories, and we're going to be talking a lot about that here once I get into my top 10 tips. But BERNINA also has a holiday sale, and if you purchase a B570 or a B770 QE Plus, there are some discounts and a free embroidery module. In 2025, again, can't believe we're talking about 2025, but we've got a number of classes that are starting to show up on the website. Dudley Shugart, who teaches a beginning quilting class, has classes starting in 2025, and in April of 2025, Artistic Artifacts will be hosting our 4-day creative summit. And so, if you go out to the website, you can see the information that we've got and the instructors that will be teaching across that 4-day creative summit. It's really one of our favorite events of the year, and it truly brings together all sorts of creative minds here to Alexandria and to Artistic Artifacts. Do we have any questions about any of that, Kyle?
No.
Okay. Well, then let's get into the fun stuff and talk about feet, or talk about my top 10 tools. So I've broken this down in between sewing, embroidery, and serging, because those are the three things that I tend to focus on. So we'll start with sewing, and what's my a lot of folks ask, what's your favorite foot? Well, my favorite foot is the number 97. And so this is a 1/4 inch foot, and you'll notice that this is the D foot. They do have the 97 in the C and in the regular foot, or the regular style. So, but the number 97, you'll notice that the right toe is larger than the left toe, and this is again the D foot. So this is for the 9mm machine. The C is for the 5.5mm machine, and the regular is also for 5. No. So, but the left toe, that's a 1/4 inch. This is where the needle is. So you've got a 1/4 inch, and when so you can line your fabric up right on the left hand side of the fabric, or on the left side of the toe, and you will have a perfect 1/4 inch. And on the side here, this middle notch is where reflects where the needle will be. There's a notch a 1/4 inch above it and a 1/4 inch behind it, so that if you need to stop a 1/4 inch before the needle, say for if you've got an inset or Y seam, you can stop there. Or if you were needing to stop a 1/4 inch, because of binding or something, you can do that. Or if you needed to start with your workpiece, ahead of the, you could line up here on the back, and so that makes that gives you a lot of opportunities and a lot of help, with when you're sewing. The D foot, is for the for the machines that have the and I'm drawing a blank on the extra walking foot, helper. My other favorite foot for sewing is the number 34. This is the clear foot. So this is not a 1/4 inch foot, but it has the this has the 9mm opening. The C foot has the 5.5mm opening, and then but it has the 3 red lines. So again, the red lines here at the edge, will line up with the needle position, and the center is for the needle. So if you were doing applique, or if you were doing decorative stitching, and you had a specific line that you were trying to follow, or a specific point that you were trying to get to, the clear foot gives you a lot more visibility, and allows you to really get that done.
Dual feed? Is that what you're
Dual feed, yes. Thank you. The joys of being on camera.
Thanks, Debbie.
So for free motion, if you're a free motion quilter, this is the number 72 foot. So this is the number 72S. So the S is for the slit. So I don't know if you can see that, but the slit allows you to pull the thread through after you've got it the needle thread. But the number 72, it has a taller shank, so this foot allows you to do ruler work. And so if you're interested in doing ruler work in addition to your free motion, this is the foot for you. This foot also has attachments to do echo quilting. And it also has a set of discs that go in the bottom of the foot to do couching. So if you were interested in either of those techniques, you can purchase this foot and then add those accessories, versus having to add buy other feet. So let's go on to embroidery. My preferred foot for embroidery is the number 15 foot. And the number 15 foot has a larger opening, here than the number 26 foot that comes with the machine. And I like that because It allows me to see, the stitching that's going on, more clearly. And also, when I start my embroidery, I tend to hold my bobbin thread and top thread in my left hand and let the machine start. And then I like to clip those tails. And this larger foot makes sure that I'm clipping the right tails. And don't ask me how I know and why I'm worried about that. So I also am a fan of the yellow bobbin case. So the yellow bobbin case is the high tension bobbin case, and this is helping to pull the top thread to the back. So with sewing, you want the stitches, the top and bottom thread to meet right at the fabric. With embroidery, you want that top thread to be pulled to the back so that the color, doesn't, is consistent all the way through. And so the yellow bobbin case can help do that, especially if you've got thicker fabrics, like toweling, or if you've got, fleece, that can, but this is where too, whether your project needs the high tension bobbin case or not, you want to work or do up a sample to make sure that and if your sample, if you've got any tension issues with your sample, that's when you definitely want to switch over to your yellow bobbin case if you're on the fence of whether or not to use that. So let's move on. I'm going to show you my two favorite hoops for embroidery. First off, I like the large Freearm hoop. So the large Freearm hoop is approximately the same size as the medium hoop that, the oval hoop that you get with your machine. But the Freearm hoop has the ratcheting, quick release, open and closure. So that's all that it, I don't have to spend a lot of time turning the little screw and then to put it back together. It clicks, it'll click, and now that's together. Again, super easy. And so for folks that might have, if they've got any issues with their hands, I recommend the hoops that have the this closure. Also with the Freearm hoop, the attachment point to the embroidery module is a little further away. So you can see that there's a little bit of a gap. There's a little ridge here, and so that allows you to put the the workpiece under, and so if you're embroidering a shirt, for example, that's useful. Or if you're working with something that again has a little bit more bulk, it works nicely there. So this is, the large Freearm hoop is really my go-to hoop for for projects that are this size. And then if you're getting larger, then the maxi hoop also has this closure. It has the standard attachment though. And then if you're interested in quilting in the hoop, then the medium clamp hoop is the hoop that I recommend. So instead of having the two hoops that go over, you have a set of clamps that go around the edge of the hoop. And this, and there's a really a nice Lexite Lexan clear guide that goes with this. And that's important because if you've got a quilt, and I made this little quilt using this hoop. So after making it, after piecing the top, I put I quilted it using my walking foot and stitched in the ditch. But I wanted to, in the lighter areas, I wanted to add some detail. So I don't know if it can show up, Kyle, but I stitched, or I embroidered this circle motif, and I used the clamp hoop to do that. And what's nice about this with the with the guide is that you can line up the guide and then, and line up your hoop, so that you get exactly where you want, and so that you can line up where you're going to be stitching, so that you have, precision placement of your embroidery on your quilt. So that's I think a really, for folks who are interested in again embellishing their quilt, that's the way that I would recommend. Any questions on sewing or embroidery? Okay, then let's move on to serging. So for serging, I am I use the C27 clear foot. This is the same foot that you get, or same as the foot that you get with your Serger, and this is for the L890. So here you've got you've got the part for overlock. This is the area for cover stitch or chain stitch. On the edge, it's got all of the little markings to tell you, that line up with the different needle positions. But because it's clear, you can see exactly where your work is at. You can see where how the stitch is forming, and it just makes serging so much easier than and gives you a lot more confidence that your work is going to turn out, or that your project is going to turn out exactly the way you want. So a couple examples here. The quilt that's behind me, the strip quilt, I made this using the L890 serger, and using the clear foot. And this is just a strip quilt that Mary Beck from BERNINA, on the We All Sew blog, she had a technique about sewing all the strips of a jelly roll together end to end, and then taking the end and the beginning and sewing them together to form the two rows, and then continuing to double it, and then so it turns out like this. Great effect. And then I did also add the binding, using the serger, and using fusible thread in the lower looper, so that I find that technique really speeds up my workflow, because I don't have to pin or clamp all the way around the quilt. When I iron the backing or the binding to the back, it is secured. And then of course I had to add my embroidered label. And the backing on this one is the Tim Holtz wide back backing that we've got here in the store, which is a really fun wide back. Also, this, I sewed this bag, or made this bag using the serger, and this is a cover stitch bag, and the quilting that's done on the daisy fabric is all done with the chain stitch. And then we've got some decorative cover stitch here at the top, and then the construction is all using the 4-thread overlock. And so you're able to do all of this with this clear foot. So, but for those that might be interested in doing curves, you can do curves on a serger. And the C23 foot, the clear curve foot, is a great foot for that. You'll see that compared to the C27, the clear foot is a little shorter. And so the C27 is the standard foot. The C23, the curve foot, is a little shorter. And that's because the serger has 2 sets of feed dogs. And so but with the 2 sets of feed dogs, the work is secured, and moves through the machine, and can move through the machine faster. But with the curve foot, because you can then maneuver your fabric a little bit more. And we've got this example that where we've got the chain stitch that is curving through through across the quilt. So, that to do this, I would reduce my presser foot pressure from 4 to 3, and then, use that curve foot, and then that would allow me to maneuver the quilt, as a, and get that decorative design. It just seems like Bernina has thought of everything for us. So, what questions do we have about the any of those, the feet or what I've covered so far, Kyle?
Nothing so far. Just
Okay.
a lot of good mornings from all over the country.
Wonderful. Good morning, everybody. So I've got some honorable mentions. So before I start any project, I always find myself reaching for these 3 items. First off, my tweezers, because these fingers don't grip thread as well, and especially under if I'm trying to get a thread from underneath the presser foot, they're just not so having the tweezers gives me a lot more precision and a lot more ability to work with the thread. I always grab the stiletto because I'm using the L890 Serger and my B770 QE Plus, which both have a touch screen, and by using the stylus, I'm able to maneuver through the menus and and around the screen much more efficiently. And I use the ByAnnie Stiletto for many of the same reasons that I use the tweezers. It gives me a little bit more precision, and it gives and it makes sure that I've got the securing the fabric and holding on and have a little bit more accuracy there. But also the other side of the stiletto here, it can be used as a pressing tool. So if you are interested in pressing your seams open or pressing to the side without going back to your to iron, you can get through with the ByAnnie stiletto, in that pressing tool. So those are my honorable mentions. But I wouldn't, there's so much information out there. But the big books, I constantly come back to these resources because I see a lot of posts on social media that creators making really interesting things, but they don't really tell you how they made it, or they don't tell you what type of tools they were using. Or if they do tell you, sometimes it's just not great. And so the information that Bernina has put together in the Big Book series really gives you a great starting point, and gives you a lot more details about how to accomplish your projects. And so I own all of these books, and I'm use them constantly. When I've got a new embroidery technique that I'm going to do, I'm looking here in the Big Book of Embroidery to make sure that whether it's working with a different fabric, working with a different thread, or again, just a different technique, that it's all there. The book of Serger quilting, has really made me a convert to Serger quilting. I prefer Serger quilting now. Now I will admit that there are some quilts that don't lend themselves well to Serger quilting. Especially if you've got a lot of seams coming together, and you're going to get a lot of bulk. But you can use your serger, similar to a sewing machine, especially with the chain stitch on the L890. That will allow you to still open your seams, and the serger then becomes a sewing machine with an endless bobbin, and that's a really neat feature. The Big Book of Feet and the Big Book of Stitches, these just tell you so much about all the different feet, what you can do with the different feet, and how to get the most out of your machine, and how to really add some decorative embellishment using stitches, because we've got so many stitches on these machines, and I'll admit, I haven't, touched probably a quarter of them, because I just don't do a lot of decorative stitching, but that's something I need to do more in 2025. So and again, in December, the feet and accessories, including the big books, are 25% off. So now is a great time to pick one of these up or to gift one. All of the feet that we've talked about today, they make great stocking stuffers. And so if you've got a Bernina owner that you don't know what to buy for, feet is always a great option. Because I'm a gear person, but I think everybody likes a new foot. So that's what we've got for you today. Again, wanted to make sure that if you haven't already, you check out the Artistic Artifacts website. We've got these. We've got about 15 of these stockings that are available for. They're essentially being raffled off. $10 per chance, and the proceeds go to World Central Kitchen and what's the other? And Food for Others. Again, great donation opportunity there. So what questions do we have, Kyle?
Everybody's ready to sew.
Well, let's go sew. I know I've got a ton of projects that are in work. This is one. I'll show you a little work in progress, a little sneak peek. I embroidered this. So I don't hand stitch, or at least not much. But these this sashiko is actually embroidery. It's machine embroidered, and using an OESD pattern. And this is going to become a tablet sleeve. I use the Polyfast.
Ooh.
So this is Polyfast, so which is 40 weight. But Barbara made a similar sashiko using 12 weight thread. She slowed down the stitching and used a larger needle. So she used a 100 size needle with a larger eye for that thread, and that turned out very well as well. But this is going to become a tablet sleeve, which is going to be part of our embroidery club. So again, this is where you want to make sure that you are subscribed to the Artistic Artifacts newsletter, so that when we tell you more about the embroidery club for 2025, that you're able to sign up for that. We're also going to have a Serger club, where we'll be doing. So we'll be doing projects all throughout the year in 2025 for embroidery and for serging, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody creates through the clubs and the community that we create. Great opportunities there for to take this to take your skill set to the next level, and I'm excited, and this is part of our January embroidery club project.
Yay! I'm excited.
Judy is back from India. She's here sitting in the background.
I was trying to sit and just watch and be quiet, but of course I can't, because I'm so excited about next year. So
she's excited about next year, and she did some shopping while she was in India. So,
darn.
So you'll be, in a couple months you'll start to see the new products from India come in. We can't wait to show those to you. Next weekend, here on the Facebook Live, we are going to be doing a live drawing for all of the stockings. So make sure that you tune in for that. And I hope that whatever you're sewing for the holidays, that it all comes together for you. Because I don't know that all mine is. There might be a few IOUs, but I hope you have a great holiday. And we look forward to seeing you in 2025. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. And if you and if you have any questions, or you can put it in the chat. We do monitor the Facebook, and then we'll be posting this video on our YouTube channel. Please make sure you like and subscribe to make sure that you get notified when the videos are posted on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.